Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How you guys doing? We are here for episodes 11 and 12 of our Friends Rewatch from season 3 right now. And just wanted to send out a quick thank you for all of the support that you guys are showing us on our socials. So the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube shorts that we're putting out there, really appreciate it. We are seeing stuff really start to move there. If you could share one with a friend or hit a like on it or leave a comment, that would be fantastic. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, so true. Thanks, guys. And just a reminder of where we are at in Friends. So earlier this week, we were covering episodes 9 and 10, which admittedly weren't our favorites,
No.
but we still had a lot of fun talking about them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's always stuff. This is the thing about Friends. Even on what I would consider a bad episode, there are still plenty of jokes, plenty of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why, we give a lot of shame
Grief
to the one with fake Monica, right? Where that's like our punching bag right now, because it's been the lowest rated by the fans at 7.6.
Yeah.
But a 7.6 is better than most, right? Like, that's still a decent episode when you look at the pantheon of television shows.
That is
that have
so
been.
true.
So, yeah, these are all good
right.
still. They're all good. I'll be hard-pressed to find a bad one, but there will be bad ones in comparison to the other great ones that Friends does.
Yeah, that is such a good point. Yeah, and, so what we recapped during our last episode was where there was the Thanksgiving episode where Monica and Ross shared the savage backstory of the Geller Cup.
Yes.
But then we also rolled into where Ross became an honorary brown bird, and Phoebe hated Christmas trees. But then we did have the sequence where Rachel was quitting her waitressing job. So that is a really important theme that rolls right into what we're discussing.
Yeah, and the last episode we spent so much time being hypercritical about Ross and the Brown Birds that we very well may not have given enough attention to Rachel and quitting the coffee shop and all of that. And believe me, she's about to get all the attention over these next two episodes.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, these are very much centered around Rachel, and a lot of big stuff is happening for her. So Eric, why don't we get right into this episode 11?
Yeah, season 3, episode 11. This is the one where Chandler can't remember which sister. And let's welcome Mark to the show as Rachel is struggling with her newfound fashion job and complaining to Monica about it. Mark happens to be there to offer a job at Bloomingdale's with Rachel, which Rachel gets later on. But the bigger issue is Ross's concern about Mark moving in on his relationship with Rachel. Monica has a new upstairs neighbor who they can hear everything from. And when Phoebe starts going on a date with him, it gets a little too personal. Chandler, who made out with one of Joey's sisters, can't remember which one. And he has to confront them all, including Joey, with the truth. Eventually.
Yeah.
A lot going on in this one. It's funny, the last couple episodes, there were some real low-end storylines. The Joey with the sisters and Chandler is kind of a big storyline. The Rachel storyline is one thing. Monica and her neighbor upstairs and Phoebe, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Funny though.
Definitely funny. And I guess to start there, because that's probably the least impactful part of this episode. Would
you say the Phoebe story lifts right out? Because you might.
Well, no, I wasn't
I'm
gonna go
say it
there.
again. I'm gonna do it every week.
No, no. It's like either she's the best part of the episode, or
It is true,
or it gets weird. But I always love Phoebe.
She is like the best piece of a Friends episode, or she is the one who they've got a guest star or they've got some random thing going on. They're like, we'll just jam her into it.
I'm just gonna say it. To me, she's one of the funniest characters. But I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah.
Oh, agreed. As I'm trying to, drink at the same time my coffee here. That is yeah. She's awesome.
But so Eric, did that storyline with the upstairs neighbor, did you draw any parallels to, does anything else come to mind from other series?
Is this going to be a How I Met Your Mother thing? Is this where you're going with this?
I have had a pattern of doing that. Yeah.
You have had a pattern of doing that. Is that where we're headed with this? Because the upstairs neighbor and How I Met Your Mother, I guess not.
Shut the bagpipes up.
Shut the bagpipes up. Oh yes. Okay.
It's the same.
Yeah. They do that, don't they? And they have the bag, and they just play the bagpipes over the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. Instead of hearing
noises.
The neighbors like getting it on, you just hear bagpipes playing really loud, and they're just saying, "Shut the bagpipes up." Yeah. But anyway, I'm just like, man. You could just draw so many connections. They take so many little plot points from Friends. I will say,
I do feel there's a lot of criticism there for How I Met Your Mother. And I feel like How I Met Your Mother still twists it into its own. I know there's a lot of similarities. I don't care.
Sure.
I don't care. They're both great. We're going to do that show at some point.
I find it really funny as well. And they make it their own for sure. But I cannot whenever I watch it, I'm like, that is another thing that's from Friends. I swear.
Oh, constant.
And I've looked for people criticizing that online, like on Reddit. I don't see it.
No, I think it's just one of those things where people are like, hey, if you're a Friends fan and you start watching How I Met Your Mother, you were probably a How I Met Your Mother fan. I know I am. Yes. And
I'm just surprised.
It just bowls right through. It's easy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but also with that whole thing, has no one ever lived in that apartment upstairs before?
So they mentioned the fact that the guy tore up the carpet and now you can hear everything, right?
Sure.
But you never hear anything in any future episodes after that.
No. Maybe they must have put the carpet back down.
Maybe they put the carpet back down.
They must have. Mm-hmm.
Or Phoebe killed him. And it's just been vacated and Monica bought the apartment upstairs. I like that storyline too.
I think that's feasible. Yeah.
Listen, with rent control, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, okay. That's just, it's a silly storyline. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like comic relief in some more serious storylines with Ross and Rachel here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump to the Joey sister side of this.
Yes.
Because I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time with Mark.
Mm-hmm.
This was, again, coming off the heels of like a Janice situation where Chandler saw Janice ice skating with her husband. Mm-hmm. And he threw something at him, a pretzel or a bagel, or I forget what he said. He
threw a pretzel at them. Yep.
Yeah, he threw a pretzel at him and then ran off. And then he was all of a sudden feeling real bad about himself. But, they were saying, don't worry, it's Joey's birthday. We're going to have a big party. Like, that'll take your mind off it. And he is hammered before this thing even gets off the ground.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gets super drunk. And, I love the line from... Well, actually, it was right after the sisters arrived that one of Joey's sisters goes up to Phoebe. Hey, that's the same drink I made after I shot my husband. Phoebe's like, wow, I don't know how to talk to you.
Yeah. And a great response because I don't know what I would say to follow that up with either. Phoebe, no. I'm with you on that one. If that was the straight line that came, I'd be like, well, great to know. I'm going to go this way now.
That's right. And then you pan out and see, Chandler being super hammered and just saying like, hanging out, looking at his phone, and the sisters are like, what you doing? And he's like, taking my ex-girlfriend off my speed dialer. And they're all like, oh, no, it's a good thing. Why can't we savor these precious moments? It's like he's just super.
Why must we dial so speedily or hastily?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like he's just.
He's in a rough spot. He's in a rough spot here, and he's got all the sisters trying to help him out.
Mm-hmm.
And Monica, I think, was trying to help him out, and the party is in full swing, and Joey's having a good time, and it's Joey's birthday, not his 30th. We'll get to that later, but it's a good time. Although I do like when they get, it's after the party. It's like the next day.
Yes, the next day. Yep.
And Chandler's there, and he's admitting that he doesn't know which sister he hooked up with.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, oh, it was the girl with the red dress. I definitely stuck my tongue down her throat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Monica goes, no, that was me. and he's like, oh, listen, I have too much to drink. Sometimes I get too affectionate. And he's like, I'm really sorry. And she goes, that's okay. And then Phoebe, that's okay. Rachel, that's okay. And then Ross, that's okay.
That's okay.
And
that's right. It was Ross, not Joey. Yeah.
Apparently, that was a straight up ad lib from Ross. No one expected him. He had no line there, but he just threw this in like, oh, that's okay. And if you watch it back, some of them turn like real quick, like what?
Oh my god!
But it was so funny that they kept it
great.
in.
I did not know that. That's awesome. And I love right at that point too, where they're saying, where Chandler is admitting, I can't remember which one, and Ross looks at him or looks at Rachel, and he goes, you see what men do? Don't tell me men are nice. This is men.
This is men. This is men.
And because this is all coming right after where Rachel is explaining that, hey, this guy just gave me his phone number, which we'll get more into where she gets the phone number for.
We can jump right into it if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Rachel's at the diner.
That's right.
She is having the worst time with this new job where they're basically making her make coffee, which is funny because she thought she'd never have to make coffee again. And untangle hangers.
That is the biggest pile. I mean, that's not even a pile. It was a closet just filled with hangers. I equate that to the Griswold ball of lights. Except if there were like 20 of them, right? It's like that's here, Russ.
That is way worse than the Griswold ball of lights, right? The Griswold family ball of lights that Russ has got to untangle is not good. It's not pretty. And for anybody out there who's had to untangle Christmas lights, that is not an easy job. But this is an entire closet jammed in with hangers. Like, you could forget that.
It was insane. I don't think there were that many hangers in the entire store.
I don't think so. It did not look like that big a store. That being said, she's at the diner, and of course, she says to Monica at the time, why would someone stay at such a demeaning job just because it remotely relates to the field that they're interested in? Yeah, as Monica is in her full-on like diner getup, serving like, what was it, Howdy Doody fries and something else. Like it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
So
and
this is
guy
when Mark
just
enters by overhearing the whole thing and knows that there's an opening at Bloomingdale's where he works. And so he gives, they exchange contact info, and that's that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
seems fairly innocent from Rachel's perspective.
Yeah. Yep. And
I fully understand Ross's perspective.
I do and I don't, right? I feel like At this point, no. Like, I mean, as things evolve and things take different turns, and there's different events that occur that we will get to. But at this point, Ross
we got to focus on the right now here.
Yes, Ross is just jumping way to very nefarious conclusions, and I just don't get it. I feel like, listen, I get it that Ross might be a bit insecure due to everything that happened with Carol, you know, his ex-wife. So I get where he's having trouble trusting someone. But at the same time, Rachel has done nothing to make him think that she would, like, betray him. Even if, as Monica ends up pointing out, like, just because Mark, like, even if he did want to be with Rachel, why does that mean that Rachel would do anything wrong? You know, like, why would you assume that she would make a bad choice? Just because that's what this guy wants, you know? And so it's just, you know, Ross automatically, instead of trying to appreciate the fact that, hey, a job at Bloomingdale's is a pretty big deal and would be a huge step in the right direction for Rachel. And, you know, to go from, hey, I got this job that's somewhat in the field, but I'm still serving coffee to this guy, to, hey, now I could actually be more involved in fashion. I think he should, you know, be more supportive in this moment.
You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong. You're fully wrong. This is not.
How should he not be more supportive?
All of that was just spoken is wrong.
Oh my God.
Ross is not in the wrong here.
Oh my God.
He's just not. Now, I'm not going to say that he said that she did anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He never said that she did anything wrong. But he knows there's going to be alternate motivations here. There are other things at play. This is not just what this is.
Yeah.
No guy does this. This is men. This is men. Right? Right. We know. He asked Joey, hey, Joey, do guys help girls for no reason whatsoever? No, only for sex. Thank you.
Yes, but
thank you.
So does that mean that Rachel shouldn't have taken the opportunity?
No, I did not say that.
See.
But I do not believe that Ross is wrong in the way that he is thinking through this. Now, I think some of what you said actually blends with the next episode. Because I think the Monica thing is in the next episode.
Okay, yep.
But there's a lot, like, this is like a running story for the next two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So forgive us if we kind of cross from side to side. I will say this, going into the future, he makes lots of mistakes.
Oh my
But for this, okay, we'll get there. But for this episode 11, he's in the right. He's in the right. And you know when you know that he's in the right? When he goes to, like, see her at the Bloomingdale's and she gets the job.
Oh.
And she doesn't hug him. She hugs Mark.
Is bad.
It's confirmation that Ross is doing the right thing. He knows it.
But that is the only misstep that I would say Rachel, that was her mistake. Like, why did she do that?
Mistake.
That made no sense either. Like, at all. Like, she just looked at him
looked at Ross
and then turned around
very excitedly and then turned and hugged the other guy.
That was weird. That made no sense, and it did nothing to, like, alleviate Ross's concerns either. So it only made things.
It solidified them
so much worse.
It was like all the stuff that he thinks is happening,
even though
is potentially right there.
Even though in Rachel's mind, the way I explain that too is she's like, this guy just got me this job, right? Like, thank you. And she's just thanking him and not thinking anything beyond that. Right. And so, but Ross, I think, maybe an older version of Ross with more experience would have said, you know what, I'm thinking these things, but I'm just gonna like sit on it and observe, right? Instead of like putting it all out there. Now, obviously that wouldn't make as good of comedy. That would make as funny of a show. But do I think that he's getting anywhere by just saying like, sounds like Mark just wants to have some sex? Like just kind of like putting it
he's
out
not
there.
Getting it. It's not a great argument. And you're not wrong about that.
And she's like, well, I assume I'll have to take showers with him, but that's true of any job. Right. And I just love how she's like, Rachel, to her credit also, I feel like is doing a really good job of just trying to be like, listen, like, not taking his reaction too seriously in the way where she's not letting it stop her either. Like, she's not, like, I feel like some people might be in that position and be like, oh, my significant other feels this way about it. Like, I'm not even going to pursue it. You know what I mean? And feel really discouraged or like just really shaken. And she just is like, listen, I want to go for this and I'm not going to let either of these guys, kind of get in my way. I'm going to take this opportunity and go for it.
Yes.
And so, and it actually was in this episode though, where Ross said, what did I do? Did I hurt you in some way?
It was.
What, am I out of my mind? Am I losing my senses to Monica? Because Monica is saying to Rachel, well, just call him. Like, he hasn't called you. You should just pick up the phone and call him.
It was.
And so after she leaves, that's what Ross is saying to Monica. And that's when Monica says to him too. It's like, even if he wants to sleep with her, does that mean that he gets to? Like, don't you trust her? And
that is the strongest point for Rachel. Yes. And she doesn't make it. Monica makes it. But that is the best point made. Yes. And Ross should at that moment take it and understand. And I think he does. And then he goes to see her and then she hugs Mark and everything kind of goes sideways at that point going into the next episode.
Yeah.
But this is kind of one of those things where, what was it on? I don't know if for sure this was on How I Met Your Mother, but it is one of these things that is like the difference between the attention that guys get and the difference in the attention that girls get.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Girls, women, out in the space, out in the public view, get a whole lot more attention from guys regularly.
Wanted and
people
unwanted.
Make comments, people see things. I never said it was wanted. Never said it was wanted. I was very clear not to do that. But attention is received and they are batting it back all the time because it's unwanted, as you said. Right? Guys do not get said attention ever. Nowhere out there are like the women fawning over the guys all the time.
Unless you were that guy who was catcalled by Monica and Phoebe and then they're stalking him in the hospital bed. Another cringy moment.
Right, look what happened to him. Look what happened to him. He turned for a second because he's like, this is so crazy. Exactly. And he ends up in the hospital.
Anyway.
So here's Mark. And Mark has offered something and is now getting attention from Ross. And Ross knows that if he's out in the world and someone gives him attention, that he's going to think, oh, this girl likes me. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but it is what a lot of people think. And that is the issue here. It's a disconnect in how men and women treat attention when out. Because from my experience, that seems to be the case. That guys get the attention never. And so that when they do get it, it's like, oh, I've got something here. At the same time, women get it all the time. They're batting it back all the time. So they don't even notice that it's a thing. And that's where I think this Rachel and Ross thing comes to. Rachel doesn't even notice it as anything other than a genuine job offer situation because she's used to just getting attention all the time. She's just knocking everybody back all the time. No big deal. In fact, she deflected Mark right out of the gates too. Ross doesn't get that attention.
Eric, that is such everything that you're saying is reminding me exactly of the moment that I know you're referring to, which is much later in Friends. It is that conversation between Monica and Chandler where she is talking, they're going back and forth about the difference between men and women. And he's saying, well, you can just, get away with, flirting, or he can get away with flirting with that pizza girl. Remember when she comes to the door?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just innocent. It's nothing. And she's like, oh yeah, I flirt all the time. And he's like, wait a second. Wait, that's going to come off way different, right? And he's just concerned about her flirting and how the dude is just going to assume that, that she wants to sleep with him. And he's like, she's like, what? Huh? That's so crazy. That's so sad. And he's like, also true.
I'm glad you had this because I was trying to pinpoint it somewhere in How I Met Your Mother. I also thought it might have been Nick from New Girl
I love that show
saying
too.
this. I could see him saying that. But yeah, it is. It is it's later on in Friends, and this happens again. Yeah. But think about it. You remember when Ross and Rachel are going and buying stuff and for the baby, and Ross has got all the dinosaur stuff, and the girl,
you're like Indiana Jones,
says a couple nice things to and she says a couple nice sentences, and Ross is like, man, I gotta take this girl out on a date because that's how it is.
She did show up at his house.
I didn't say anything else about it. I just let the facts lay where they were. She showed attention. Then
Rachel kind of flips out.
And she got a date out of it.
That's right. Then Rachel flips out in that one.
Yeah, well, isn't that funny?
Yeah, that one is
funny. But the irony in all this is he could show attention to 1 million girls and get no dates. Mm-hmm. They show attention to him, instant date. And that's how it works. Mm-hmm. So Rachel is getting attention from Mark. Or no, Rachel is giving attention to Mark. Ross is right to be defensive. And therefore, I wrap this all back to my thesis.
Well, we haven't even gotten to the Ross craziness, which is really the next episode. But before we move...
I'm trying to stay within the box of this episode.
Because before we move on, I mean, what do you think of the whole Chandler? Is Chandler in the right here? What are your thoughts on Chandler?
Listen, I mean...
He was in a rough place, but...
He's in a hard spot to be. I understand. He did... I mean, listen, Chandler's been more accepting of people breaking the bro code since Ross was making out with his mom. But
he breaks it a couple times with Joey. More harshly later on.
He does. Although, I mean, listen, being drunk is not an excuse. So that is not an excuse. The hard part here for Chandler is that they all look so similar that it is so justifiable to not know which one is which.
Yeah.
That part I get. I get that. Especially if you did this in an inebriated state. And Joey was willing to let him off the hook.
He was like, wait,
he was willing to let him off the hook. And here's the thing I have a problem with Chandler. You are sober. You are talking to this one girl. Mary Angela identifies herself. You can't pick her out of a lineup now.
She was right.
But you just saw her. I can pick her out of the lineup. I didn't make out with her. I know which one she was. She actually,
to me, looked the most distinct from the whole group.
She had the most distinct outfit on.
Yes.
For sure.
That was rough.
That's not good for Chandler. Joey, that's bad for Chandler, and he deserves to be punched by Cookie.
Because Joey, even in that moment, still was sticking up for him. And then was finally like,
he was trying to.
Just punch him. You're done.
So now we're up to season 3, episode 12, the one with all the jealousy. And in this one, Monica tries to get a date with Julio from the diner, who writes the poem, The Empty Vase, all about American women. Joey is left to teach for a cast of a Broadway play all of the dance steps when the instructor is called away. But unfortunately, he lied on his resume and has no idea how to pull it off. Rachel is starting her brand new job and trying to enjoy it, but Ross is inundating her with gifts, and Mark is becoming her confidant.
Yeah.
So let's push the Mark stuff to the end, because that's going to take the most amount of time here. What do you think of Julio?
Oh, I mean, Julio is just ridiculous. This whole part of it. You know what? I'm just thinking, Monica, she needed a rebound from Richard. And so good for you, Monica, I guess, in that moment. She just got to make out with the cute guy at work, I suppose. But Julio is a joker. And
he is a joker.
Yeah. You're a poet, and I guess you do know it.
Yeah.
It's
like Julio is just
he
is what he is.
What ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, after coming from Richard, you're gonna go to Julio. Julio is a step better than Paolo.
Yes, right. Like barely. Yeah, he's
barely. Yeah. Yes. Barely. He is Monica's Paolo.
And
Paolo was Rachel kept Paolo along for a lot longer.
Way longer. Paolo was Rachel's rebound guy, and now we have Julio, which I mean it doesn't even last more than like a day. So yeah.
Yeah, it's this episode. That's all we got with Julio.
Luckily, yeah.
And which by the way, in our last episode we were talking about scenes that were cut, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is an episode that I remembered because they're going through the reading of the poem, and Monica leaves the poem with them because Joey's not done yet, right? And so the scene that gets cut out is at some point, Joey he's reading it, and he goes, done. And Chandler says, well, what do you think? He's like, well, Monica's the bass, right? Like, he knows
Oh, my God. They should have left that in. That's a gem. Yeah.
he knew it. And they cut it out.
Oh, that's so
good. And so
good.
it's like, that's such a good moment for Joey where he like suddenly is like a poetry savant where he just knows all the deeper context, which is super funny.
I've been looking at, because I've been thinking about getting, because it's impossible to find the extended versions to download.
You have to like get the DVDs back.
I'm like, I can't.
I gave all mine away.
Yeah.
Like I do not have those DVD box sets anymore. In fact, I don't even think I have anything to play them on, to be honest with you. So
wait, do I still have your DVD box set?
Do you? Maybe.
I thought. Oh my gosh.
Well, we do.
All right. Well.
Now we're gonna.
This is on the record.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Tina, you got to tell me. Did I ever give those back? I don't know. I've moved a lot.
Listen, whether you did or you didn't, I am now officially accusing you of taking them, and we've lost them.
Well, at one point,
to you.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to look around. But either way, anyway, so yes, then we have Joey, and the whole dance sequence. Hey, Joey, can you dance? Yeah. And then when he just like busts out his move, oh no. Chandler's reaction to Joey just kind of, I don't even know what that's called, with he's moving his arms around and shaking his hips. What is that?
It's the Joey dance is what it is.
Yeah, it's not good. Although not that Chandler has dance moves that are really any better, but yeah, that where he is supposed to be leading the class and showing them what to do. I'm like, I can't even believe that he stuck around to do that part, that he didn't just split there, but it was just funnier.
Like once you once you start teaching them the complete wrong thing, you might as well have just bolted before the instructor got back. I know.
That was so bad.
Yikes. Yeah. Although I will say this, and this is less about the Joey portion of this, but Joey has one of my favorite lines in this entire set of episodes that we've done this week. And we'll get to this here in a moment because it's part of the Ross and Rachel section of this. But before we jump into that, I just want to say this, since we're talking about all the other people and all their other storylines. Phoebe is virtually invisible in this episode.
Yeah.
I went back and watched and looked. She came in and offered Rachel different types of purses, right? Like, please take the turtles.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
then she goes and she helps read the poem when Monica has it. And then she walks in when Monica is decorating the vase, which is like a 5-second scene.
Well, she explained the poem to Monica.
Yes. And that is all of Phoebe. I don't think it added up to 2 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She was virtually absent for this whole thing, which is unfortunate for Phoebe.
Yeah. But she did play that critical role of pointing out the meaning to Monica, which I'm like, Monica, are you really that dense with this? Come on, girl. It really wasn't that much of a mind bender.
No, it wasn't. And Monica, everything about Monica just kind of fluctuates.
Yes. Sometimes she's super smart.
Sometimes she's the smartest kid in the room. Sometimes she has no idea what's happening. She's super athletic. No, she's not. Who knows what's going on with Monica? She's all over the place. Okay, but as we get into this Ross and Rachel and Mark side of things, I will say I was very adamant that you were wrong in the last episode. I will now stand corrected and say, well, not stand corrected, but say,
that's all right. I like that.
Ross has made too many mistakes. He's made a lot of mistakes in this episode. I understand leaving it with Rachel hugging Mark is a bad look at the end of the last episode. But now Ross has tried to counterbalance that by buying every boyfriend gift under the sun and having it sent there, sending the barbershop quartet to sing to her.
He went insane. Yes.
So far.
It's
too
bad.
much. So many miles over the line. The line is the dot to you. He was so far past the line.
Even when he's he starts banging the phone on the desk when he's going to hang it up because he's so frustrated. Dude. Yeah. Oh my God, you're killing me. It was bad. And who does the barbershop quartet? But then, come on, people.
That's so far. But then we get this moment where Ross is back at Central Perk after talking to Rachel on the phone. He's back there and the guys are there. And Joey's like, listen, Mark is a genius. And he starts explaining why Mark is a genius. He's becoming the confidant. He's going to be every time that she has to go talk to somebody about how mad you're making her, it's going to be him now. And now he says, before you know it, she's with him. And you'll be like, oh, man. And he'll be all, yes. And we'll be like, whoa, dude. And pretty soon you'll be like, why? and I can't go. Rachel and Mark might be there. And we'll be like, man, get over it. It's been 4 years.
That part made me laugh out loud. Yes.
And Chandler's like, paints quite the picture, doesn't he? That is my favorite line. I did not do it justice, but I did my best.
That was good. No, I agree. That part where he's like, hi, was such a good Ross impression too. Oh my gosh.
It's just
so
so good. I watched Joey say it over and over again so I could try to get it, because I'm like, I know I'm going to say it. I'm going to ruin it, but I want to do my best. And it's funny. He is spot on. Like, that analysis is right.
Ross.
You're going to do this, and then he's going to think this, and then we're going to think that. And that is how these dominoes are going to play out if you don't fix this now.
Yeah, except they also give, like, I feel like this is a moment where Chandler gives really bad advice. Like, Joey is actually pretty good with the advice giving overall. And Chandler, as Chandler says later on in the episodes, like, I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? Because
listen, he's done good advice moments. He does. Listen, he got Rachel to quit her job, whether or not that was the right idea or not is irrelevant.
Although I will say, I was remembering during that whole sequence, it was also Joey that said, you got to live with the fear. Because he was relating to being an actor, and you know, Chandler kind of jumped on that, but that again started with Joey. And
you might have a really good argument with that. I will say that I think Chandler does. Listen, Chandler on the whole gives terrible advice.
Yeah, he's telling him to hide his.
I think he lets a couple good ones get through every now and then.
Yeah, with this one, he's.
His best advice is the one with Rachel at the two parties, where he's with her in the hallway talking to her about divorce.
And that was right. Sure. He's kind of relating to her. I don't know if there was so much advice given, but he was there for her. Yes. And that for sure, no doubt he's a good friend. Like, he will be there, but I think he's more like a comforting presence than maybe the advice giving milieu.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I mean, I would argue that it is advice on how to handle a divorce type situation. That being said, I am agreeing with your overall process, which is
he's and I love Chandler, but
I'm just trying to give him
telling
some
Ross,
credit.
hide your feelings, like kind of just like shove it down, don't even think about it. And he's saying, like, you know, double down on marking his territory. Like, essentially he's kind of like, hey, if you don't just keep like showing up, then she's just gonna, you know, end up with Mark. And so he goes like nuts, and that's what he's, you know.
Yeah, he gives him the advice to go there.
And he shows up, and that just makes it so much worse. But also, what are the odds that Ross shows up at the exact moment that Rachel is listening to Mark, like, being all cutesy with his girlfriends, who's wearing literally the exact same outfit as Rachel? And,
pretty close.
You know, Ross shows up, he's hearing Rachel being like, oh, that's so sweet, and thinking it's her talking to Mark. It was just a terrible thing. He barges in, throws himself around the corner. That was just bad.
I've been trying to buy a tie downstairs for 20 minutes.
Yeah, way to cover yourself, Ross. Like, we're all buying that. Oh my.
He looks at the girl. He's like, "Oh, that's not Rachel. How do I fix this? There's no way to fix this." And so I actually had a question posed for you, which is, do you feel bad for Ross at all during this episode? And that is the moment I'm thinking of, where I feel like he's had this conversation with the guys. He understands. He's gonna go there, try to fix, and ruins it.
Yeah.
And again, this falls into the camp of, he was going to Bloomingdale's in the previous episode, and Rachel dropped the ball at the end. Like, she hugged the wrong guy. And now he's
just
he's made a whole statement out of the wrong concept.
The fact that she didn't run away screaming when he sent the barbershop quartet to her work. It's like, can a guy send a barbershop quartet to his girlfriend's office anymore? It's like, he is just like, he is not even really apologetic of that at first, but then he does kind of come around. It's like he keeps trying to backtrack, but it's like, listen, if that scenario had happened to me, I mean, my God, I would be like, I would be hiding. I would be blocking everything. I would be terrified that this person is like, making some type of shrine of me at their house and, has a vial of my blood. I don't know. It was
maybe. Listen, if you are Rachel's boss,
I know,
right?
yes.
And she's new.
We don't even see Joanna yet. Yeah.
Brought 5 million gifts and the barbershop quartet. I'm almost like,
she would, right. He would have gotten her fired.
Like,
that's
you
what I'm
gotta go.
Saying.
I don't know what's happening here,
like,
but you have
because
got to go.
this isn't even right. And that's a great point, Eric, because it's like, this isn't just about their relationship, because I get it. Like, listen, the only reason why she's not running away terrified is because of their history, right? And because of how much she actually knows Ross and is really trying to come to terms and wrap her mind around this. But the worst part is now he is, doing all this where she's trying to get her career off the ground. She's trying to be professional, and he is just making a whole scene and making it all about himself instead of her. And again, back to Monica's point where it's like, you got to just trust her and, keep this outside of the office. Don't be doing this. People, do not do this. Do not do this. This is bad. Yeah.
Too much.
And it's way, way too much.
Oh, I will say this. They do seem to, Ross and Rachel do seem to come to a, like, calming moment, towards the end here. Towards the end of the episode, it's kind of like, hey, listen, you trust me, of course. Okay, don't worry about it. Like, we got this. We're
and then
good.
Ross.
And then Ross is going on a play date.
Yeah.
What do you mean, He has found...
It's not redeeming for him.
Ross
no, he's throwing it in her face.
No,
he did that so intentionally. Come on.
No, I mean, he didn't originally, but I think it worked out that way for him. You think he set this up on purpose?
110% he did this. He sought this out, Eric.
No, he's just being a good dad.
He never would have even considered doing this if it was not.
If you don't know what we're talking about, first of all, the end of the episode, Ross has scheduled a play date with a woman who has a child that is the same age as Ben, and they're going to go to the park, or what was it, the Gymboree or something, and do a thing.
Oh, you mean the stripper?
And so he's leaving Rachel. Well, so her profession was, is, as it stood, stripper, and she was there at a bachelor party that we haven't even talked about because it was irrelevant to the entire thing.
Yeah, it just kind of happened in the background.
So, but he met the stripper at the bachelor party. They happened to talk afterwards, have kids the same age. I don't see any
I think he
problems
made this whole thing up, honestly. I don't even think that happened. I think he just said that.
Chandler verifies it.
God. Do not. He did this 100% intentionally. Ross never even would have considered it or sought it out if it wasn't for Rachel, getting this job from Mark and him being jealous. He wanted something else to just... So this is just another childish moment from Ross here. Telling you.
Oh, I see this very differently.
Are you really? Come on now.
Yes, really. He doesn't have Ben all that often. When he does have Ben, he's got to make a opportunity to go do something fun. He's found somebody else who has a kid the same age.
I need people to weigh in here.
You know how many people I have hung out with because I have kids the same age as them?
I need people to weigh in here.
No.
This is,
Listen, none of them are strippers, but not that I know. But I have hung out with plenty of people because we have kids the same age, and they all hung out, especially when they were really little.
The timing doesn't seem weird to you? Okay,
I think it's very fortunate for us.
Send us your comments, please.
I'm right. Put it in there. Eric was right. He had it. Put that on the thing. Hashtag
Put it
Eric
on
was
the
right.
thing.
Put it in the comments. Let the people know you're on the side. Hey, listen, I have a doormat out front in my house for delivery people that says, like, leave the package here or here. Were Ross and Rachel on a break?
Oh, Mike, that's awesome. That's great.
And one guy put down, yes, they were on a break. And I was like, yes, this guy's my hero. He and I are on the same side. We'll get there. They haven't broken up yet, but I will be adamant on that.
My Halloween
Spoilers.
doormat says dead inside because I'm creepy.
Well, that's not very friendly. Mine's as friendly as it gets. It's friends.
And I have a little zombie squirrel, and I have a half moon that's black with a crow on it, so it's a little bit gothy out there.
Yeah, we've got some little skeleton animals out there now for Halloween, including like a skeleton unicorn, which is,
I
those
love
are hard
that.
to find, but they're out
That's
there.
awesome.
Anyway,
Tangent.
yeah, listen, we're fine. This we all know. Hashtag Eric was right. All right, now we're going to jump into our IMDb section of the show where we talk about the ratings, we talk about our favorite episode of the two, and we talk about our favorite and least favorite characters. Last episode, I asked you to go first, so I'm going to jump first this time. I'm going to go to favorite character. And while this character may not have made all of the wisest decisions, this is where I'm going to put Ross down for my favorite character. He was great. He was so good as a character throughout this whole thing. Plenty of mistakes, plenty of jokes. It was fantastic. I'm here for all of the Ross paranoia.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, listen, he definitely was hilarious, just absolutely insane. I'm going with Joey for my favorite character. Because I just like, initially he's encouraging Chandler to date his sister, as we were talking about, and if he's serious about it, and he marches upstairs to the neighbor in Phoebe's defense too, and he's like, hey, and he's like banging on the door, and he's gonna and he's so he's there for her, and then he puts himself out there for that audition, and he had pretty amazing dance skills. I like how he kept right. He really tried to hold up that resume even without the backing for it. But
did look like he had Juilliard training with that dance routine he put down
in these two episodes. He was my favorite, but my least favorite was Chandler. It's like the whole Joey's sister incident and the bad advice to Ross. I'm just like, come on, Chandler. It's he could have, I felt like, either just not said anything or just kind of like, I don't know, given different advice. I just was not a Chandler fan in that episode.
Listen, I'm kind of surprised. I thought you and I for sure were gonna have the same least favorite.
Who was your
person.
least favorite? Julio?
Fucking Julio. Julio's gotta go. Get him out of here. Get him out. Julio and the empty vase, whatever. Go. You gotta go. He's the worst. There are no redeeming qualities whatsoever, and I like him less than Marha in the last episode.
Oh yeah.
Who I do not like very much at all. Anyway, either. I could have put her down for least favorite last time, but
yeah, I actually thought about that.
But you know what? I'll tell you what. She is almost invisible. Like her character isn't like offensive. Julio is offensive.
Marha, she actually made a good decision at the end, and she's like, you know what? I don't want either of you. Sure you guys are both weirdos. I'm out of here. So like, actually, she's by no means my least favorite character. She did just feel awkward with the group, but no, I thought she was fine. She was fine. So, but as far as the ratings.
So let's go to episodes then. What do you got? Which one of these two is your favorite? And it is tough to pick, I think.
So my favorite out of these two was the first one. So the
one where Chandler can't
the one
remember
where
which
Chandler
sister.
can't remember which sister. I did rate that higher on my end. And what about you, Eric?
So I also had these two fairly close. But I will say that I do like that one. The one where Chandler can't remember which sister a little bit better.
I'm surprised.
I feel like this.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I think the Chandler and Joey's sister storyline is second best. And I think the dancing storyline is, I care less about that. You know, the empty vase, I don't care much about that one. And then, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's that one. I think it is that one. It's not by a lot. I will put my numbers out there first. I'm going to say the one where Chandler can't remember which sister is like an 8.2.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the one with all the jealousy is an 8.1.
Okay.
And I think really what carries it for me is I like Ross being jealous a lot more than Ross being insane.
Yeah, and he was just
Maybe
more
that's how
a touch of jealousy in the first one, and then it
was jealous and him trying to reason with her, which and the argument made sense to me. The toys and the barbershop quartet, and then showing up at work. Yeah. So I'm gonna widen the gap a little. I'm gonna say 8.4 for episode 11, 8.1, the one with all the jealousy. I'll stick with that. 8.4 and 8.1. Okay.
Yeah, I went a little bit higher. So for me, the one where Chandler can't remember which sister, I gave that one an 8.7. And I really like that episode. That. I think both of these are so good and so memorable too. And the one with all the jealousy, I'm giving that one an 8.3. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I see, like, I know there are some coming up that I'm going to want to put in the 9s. So I'm trying to, like, keep that in mind. That being said, let's take a look at what the people said. Scrolling. 9. Okay, this is 11. Ooh. Look who's on.
Oh, really?
Episode 11 is an 8.4.
Okay.
And episode 12 is an 8.
Okay. I was
which
higher.
I said 8.1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Hey, all right. I at least got this one. Last time I was way off. This time I'm doing all right. I'm not shocked at this because I don't think these are the episodes that, like, the last one that we did, it was the Thanksgiving episode, and everybody loves the Thanksgiving episodes. When we get closer to them breaking up and Mark really being like a thorn, those episodes are going to be hot. Yeah. Those are the ones that people are going to remember and have the nostalgia for. These two, we're just building. We're just building on the way there, but we are getting there because I think here in the next few episodes, we're going to run into some bangers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So good.
Thanks so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please follow us on our Instagram and TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, we really appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving us there. And if you could just share this episode out with one friend, we would really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out our website at werunonreruns.com, where you can find this episode and all of our other ones. And for Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching season 3, episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16 for next week. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you, pal. Bye, guys.